8:40, Deb Peterson checks in every Friday. She, of course, sits on the editorial page of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Good morning, Deb Peterson. Actually, let me hit the button here. Good morning.
Oh,
Good morning, Deb
hello.
Peterson. Good morning.
Yes.
Yes. Are you going to Carney's event tonight?
I can't.
Oh, I even got your ticket, too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Last time you bought me something,
Well,
never. That would have been never.
let's put it this way. I bought 2 tickets, and I got no one to go with, so I'm just saying I bought you a ticket.
I'm actually going to the World Series Gala tonight.
Oh.
Friends in high places.
I was invited to the World Series Gala.
Oh, but sorry you're not going?
Well, I support my friends, so John Carney has a charity event for kids. I'm going to go to John
I
Carney's.
love John Carney. Say hi, and if you see Denny Reagan there, say I've been working with his son, and you couldn't find a lovelier young man.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. All
yeah.
right.
Okay. So.
Yes.
Okay, baseball, everything. We're all happy. I'm glad I didn't talk to you yesterday because I would have been bumped in favor of the what's on Lester's glove.
Well,
he's still talking about Deb.
Hi, Kelly. Nice
Hi, Deb.
You are on the phone. I'm a big fan. I always watch it on Sunday morning.
Thanks so much.
Let's talk about the fact that Normandy School District is not going to pay the tuition costs for all the kids they're transferring out.
Yeah, it's I understand their sentiment, which is they want to preserve their school district. They want to do what they can to save what they have put a lot of effort into. And you know what? That's laudatory and understandable, but you can't do that and just say we're not going to pay our bills.
Right.
I just don't think it's the right way to go. And the state has said it will cover the money. It's going to pay. It's going to pay the other school districts where the kids are being transferred to. So that kind of lets Normandy off the hook, but it's not going to give Normandy its money. So Normandy's still going to be out that amount of money. And I think Superintendent Ty McNichols, who's new to the district and knew what he was stepping into when he took the job, I think it's just a very difficult situation. And, maybe there are solutions. I think school districts are going to have to combine. We do have to get our kids educated. We, on the editorial page, have long been advocates of more money being spent on early childhood education so that every child goes into school prepared and you don't start off way behind, with groups of kids who are way behind because they don't have the skills necessary.
I mean, think about this for a second. How much money are we talking about that Normandy is not paying for this
I think
deal?
It's $1.3 million.
$1.3 million, and that's just for the month, right? For the month, and
I think it's a 2-month. I think they had $500,000 maybe for September, and now they're already owing for October.
Okay, and that's just the transportation costs, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's costing $1.3 million just to send the kids to school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's not a textbook. That's not a desk. That's not a piece of chalk. I mean, that's our wrong priorities right there.
Right. I mean, that's, and when we have people like, Rex Sinkfield who will underwrite millions of dollars in losing funding causes, why doesn't he give some money to these kids for transportation? Let's get this resolved. The state, we don't even fund the school formula. I know that, Governor Nixon has said he's going to fully fund it this year. It's $600,000 short. These are intractable problems as we read about continually. We have to find a new way to approach this. And the only thing that has been proven nationally to be successful is more early childhood education. So if more money is put into that, we're not worrying so much about the back end of the problems. Maybe we'd do better. I'm willing to try it, but I do think this was a bad step by the Normandy district, although I don't think it was wrongly motivated. I think it's motivated, maybe it's self-interest, but in the sense that preserving a local school district is important to the people who live there.
What about the fact that Kansas City is unaccredited, and so you think Normandy was a problem? All of Kansas City's kids are going to be able to go wherever they want to go.
Well, and there's some talk. I mean, St. Louis schools were unaccredited. Now they've given partial. I forget what the word is. I can't think of it.
Provisional.
Provisional accreditation.
Which that's just a made up.
Well, it's a made up term because then the kids can't move into another district. So it's almost better to be in this, situation Kansas City's in, which is, yes, then your kids can go to other districts. So now, St. Louis kids cannot. However, St. Louis has really gone very supportive in charter schools that are free public charter schools. So kids can go to those charter schools, which are managed differently, and they don't have to pay tuition. And the city supports those. So it's a very interesting mix of efforts to fix education problems.
All right.
And what about Nixon with reversing his position on food stamps? I thought that was very interesting. You seldom see a seated politician who will reverse a position, and I'm glad he did. But I could never understand why he made the choice in the first place. It doesn't cost the state money. This is federal pass through. 58,000 people would have gone hungry without some extension of this.
Well, let's put it this way: we have national media coming in for the World Series. We've got ESPN,
and they might be at the gala that I might be at.
And at the gala, which you're going to be hobnobbing with the Goober
Can I say
Snoobers.
something? This is the first time I will be at a gala since they have begun without having to go there taking notes as a columnist.
So you're going as like a real person, huh?
As a real person. I get to go and eat and drink and just schmooze without having to write about it. I'm excited.
I told this story on the air the other day. Do you remember the 2011 World Series?
I do. When you introduced me to Mike Matheny.
And you were starstruck?
That's right.
And I said, he's so handsome. And you said to me, how do you not know that? I said, I don't know. They always have helmets on. How do I know what they really look like?
Yeah, but you asked him a question like, hi.
Hi. Who are you?
Hi.
Oh.
You're my biggest
and
fan.
He was lovely. He was so nice.
Deb, I have to agree. I interviewed him. Well, I guess it was a couple of years ago.
Probably 2011.
Yeah, and it's so nice. And he's like the best-looking manager in Major League Baseball.
He really is a handsome man. It's like, wow, no dark sunglasses. Not that I didn't love Tony, but it's like seeing him out there. He always looks like he's a little Charlton Heston-ish to me. He's got that.
Who? Matheny? Matheny? I mean, you were starstruck. You were like, hi. And he looks at me.
Aren't all women?
He looks at me like, McGraw, really? Give her a question to ask me. And I'm like, ask him about his Catch-22 Foundation.
Right.
Tell me about your Catch-22 Foundation.
You were an excellent prompter. And this is when he was not employed by the Cardinals.
This was when he was a Little League coach. And 2 weeks later, he gets the head coaching job of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Good things happen.
Well, tell the gang I said hi.
No way.
Tell the gang at the World Series Gala that I'd like to go, but I am supporting my friend John Carney.
Please give Carney my regards, and I can't wait to hear what crazy costume he has on tonight.
He's going as a glob of resin, I believe. 8:47. Deb, be good.
Bye, Kelly.
Bye, Deb. Big fan of yours too, by the way.
All right. Don't say that to her.
I am.
They'll go straight to her head. STLtoday.com/opinion. That's where you find the editorial page. It's great writing, whether you agree with it or not. It's just interesting conversation. Deb Peterson sits on there. We'll talk to Mike Kelly, talk a little Mizzou football next.